here with Frankie P, and I'm going to interview him. He's the host of Y100 Miami, and yeah. So I'm going to start with the first question.
For the record, this is really weird for me. I've never been interviewed before. I've only ever given interviews, so I don't know how to act. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Do I put them here? Do I do this?
It's all good.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. First question is, what does a typical day look like?
What does a typical day look like? You want me to start from, like, when I get up in the morning?
I mean...
Okay, so when I get up in the morning... No, I'm kidding. Typical day at work is... Actually, it's a lot of fun. Okay, I'm not going to lie. This job is very cool. First thing I do, I watch E, right? Because I need to know what's going on in the world. I need to know who Miley Cyrus is hanging out with. I need to know what Selena Gomez is doing. Did she break up with The Weeknd yet?
Ooh. That
kind of, that's important news.
Juicy details.
And that's my base. So I'm always kind of hoping she broke up with The Weeknd.
I thought Camila Cabello was your
quiet, stop exposing me out here. No, so we do what's called prep work. So I like to look on Facebook and Instagram and see what everyone's talking about. So every day there's something different trending. A couple days ago, it was the United Airlines thing.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was Donald Trump getting nudged. You saw that? His wife? She like nudged him like, dude. And he was like, oh, yep, I forgot. So we look at that kind of stuff and we figure out, okay, how can we make that a part of the show?
Nice.
You know, how can we maybe grab audio? Sometimes there's great audio. Like Harry Styles this weekend was on SNL.
Yes.
And he kind of like threw a little bit of shade at One Direction saying, why would anyone leave a successful band?
Yeah.
So we like to play that, on air so people that don't get a chance to watch it can hear just a clip of it and get the idea of what they missed over the weekend. So that's what we call prep work. Then after I do the prep work, the fun part starts. I get to come in here, and this is where I get to start pushing buttons and talking on the mic and talking to people on the phone and stuff.
Cool.
And then I go home and I play with my dog all night until I fall asleep. Or watch Netflix. I was obsessed with 13 Reasons Why, by the way.
13 Reasons Why.
Binge watched it. 2 days, didn't sleep. Don't tell my boss. He's like, why do you look so tired? I'm like, I'm so busy, bro.
I had to get to Clay's tape.
Yeah, I had to get, that was the thing. Like,
Right.
I just want to watch Clay's tape. And once I watched Clay's tape, then I felt like I could go to sleep and then finish it later. But anyway, so that was a very long-winded answer.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Next question. How did you get into radio broadcasting, and did you major in it?
Okay, so I did major in it. I was at FIU for a little while. But the real way I got in is right out of high school, I needed a job, right? And I had this friend named Bennett. And he was known for having odd jobs. So at the time, he was working at the promotions department at a different station. And he hits me up. He's like, hey, bro, I got the easiest job ever. We get to hang out, give free T-shirts to people. We get to talk to people. You'll be great. I'm like, all right, if it pays, I'm down. So I went. I had no idea I wanted to be in radio. Matter of fact, I actually wanted to study music when I was in high school.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank God I didn't do that because I can't sing or dance or do any of that fun stuff very well. Like, I can, bust a move real quick. So whatever, so long story short, I joined the promo team. I fell in love with it watching other people do it. I'm like, wow, this is cool. I want to learn it. So I would just spend like every waking moment in the radio station just like learning, like just bothering people. Like I would stand here while someone was on air. They're like, dude, you're too close. Like step back. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just want to learn. So that's how I got into it. And then over time, you grow. You go from just pushing one button for somebody to then like answering calls for somebody to then doing the prep work for somebody and then eventually like, hey, you want to be on air? And you're like, I guess I'll try to figure it out.
Right.
And you hope it works out and then it does.
That's awesome.
So that's how I started.
All right. Cool.
Long story short.
Yeah.
Then I got hired for my hair.
Yeah, that's awesome hair, by the way.
No, not kidding. The day I went in, I always tell everybody this story. Like I attribute my career to my hair because I walked in to apply for the job, to do the interview for the job. And the guy, his name was Donnie Michaels, he looked at me and he goes, all right, so you want to work here on the promo team? I'm like, yeah, I would love to work. He goes, what do you put in your hair?
Oh my gosh.
I go, I just put, whatever. He goes, okay. He starts asking me more questions about like radio. He goes, let me ask you another question. Do you blow dry your hair? Or I'm like, yeah, sometimes. Okay. Oh, okay. Ask me a couple more questions. Then he goes, so, like, when you get up in the morning, do you, like, touch your hair? What do you do? And I was like, if you want to just talk about my hair, let's talk about the hair, but only if you hire me. And then I got the job.
That's amazing.
So I always tell people, if I ever go bald, like, I think I might lose my career because that's how I got in.
True. That's
so anyway, sorry. Again, long-winded answers. My bad.
That's totally fine. Which celebs have you had in the offices?
Oh, man. Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, Flo Rida, Diplo, Charlie Puth, hold on, G-Eazy.
Oh, I love G-Eazy.
I don't want to throw shade, but
let's get all
G-Eazy wasn't the nicest guy when I interviewed him. He was kind of, like sarcastic. And I was new at interviewing, so I didn't really know how to just tell him, like, dude, stop being a jerk.
Right.
But apparently you can do that to like celebrities. Like tell them like, hey, if you don't want to do the interview, you don't have to be here.
That's
so
nice. That's always nice.
yeah, like it's like we're here to help you. So if you don't want to be here, you know, I get it. Let's see who else. I'm trying to think. I got a lot. Like when I did Jingle Ball, I started working here, and they're like, hey, Jingle Ball's next week. I'm like,
That's
all right.
awesome.
And then I was like backstage interviewing everybody, Los
Right.
5, Lunch Money Lewis. Hold on, there's more.
Sabrina Carpenter.
But wait, there's more. Oh, I did Sabrina Carpenter. My girl, Sophia Carson. How could I forget? We're besties. She texts me all the time. I don't know why I just said that. It makes me sound kind of jerky. Who else? I got more. Hold on. Oh, Haley Steinfeld.
Nice.
Camila
Cabello, maybe?
I did, yeah, backstage at the Fillmore, but that was when they were all together, Fifth Harmony.
True.
Then obviously if I did Camila Cabello, I also did Austin Mahone, because I got myself into some trouble.
Oh.
Talking to Austin Mahone and Camila Cabello. That's another story for another day.
Okay.
Unless you got plenty of like memory on there, in which case I'll tell you that story.
Definitely.
Let's see who else. I know there's more. Oh my god. I know I'm missing some. Oh my god. Oh, so we had Ultra. I did David Guetta.
Oh, Ultra.
I did, hold on, David Guetta, Martin Garrix, Hardwell, Marshmello.
I knew you were going to say that.
But like our interview was awesome because we didn't really talk. We just kind of looked at each other and did a bunch of nods, and that was our interview. I don't know. I think I ran out. I didn't realize how many artists I've interviewed.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I'm missing some. Sorry if anybody watches this video looking for their name and I didn't mention them.
And then how much time, like, in what span have you interviewed all those celebrities? Like,
oh man, it's only been, let's see, 2.5 years.
Wow.
I started my night show 2.5 years ago. That was my first time ever by myself on air, and then I started doing interviews. My first one, Jason Derulo. Did I mention Jason Derulo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That was my first one. I was like so nervous because I didn't know how to do an interview.
Yeah.
So I was
I know
like,
the feeling.
hey man. And you're doing a great job, by the way. If this, I don't know if this is your first time, but you're doing a good job. Not as bad as my first time, trust me. Mine was horrendous. Like, he was extremely annoyed at me because I, like, couldn't get a question out for a good, like, 5 minutes. And he was like, dude, I gotta go. I got things to do. So, that was my first one. And I know I talk a lot now, but in the interview with him, I could not get, like, a word out. It was bad.
Right. All right. And what was the most memorable interview in your like?
Oh man, they've all been so much fun. Most memorable. Let's see. Oh, there was the time. I don't know why this sticks out the most. I think it's because it freaks people out. I interviewed Kiara, right? Remember she had the song Gold, and nobody knew what she was saying, and I literally got down like on one knee, and I was like, Kiara, I know we just met 5 seconds ago on this stage, but what are you saying in the song Gold? And everyone's like, oh, we thought you were proposing for real. I'm like, no, I don't even know her. And for some reason that freaked people out. Then, of course, there was I think my second favorite is I interviewed, this is like a 3-part interview, where I interviewed Camila Cabello. And I asked her, hey, I'm talking to Austin Mahone in like 2 days.
This is the
I know y'all dated. You got any like, dirt on him that I could totally throw out there while talking to him? And she got all nervous, but like cool. She's like, well, just tell him I said hi. I'm like, all right. I go, all right, I'll tell him you said hi, and I'm going to videotape it, and I'm going to show you next time I see you. She was like, all right.
Yeah.
2 days go by. I meet Austin Mahone. I go, hey, listen, bro. So I talked to your ex-girlfriend. He goes, I know, I heard. I'm like, how did you hear? He goes, I heard on Twitter. What do you mean? He goes, yeah, you caused a lot of beef between Harmonizers and Mahomies because they like hated each other at the time because they broke up, and you stay with your best friend, whatever.
Right.
He goes, yeah, so I go, what do you want to say? And he goes, oh, just tell them their new song. I think it was Worth It at the time. Their new song Worth It is awesome. I love it. It's great. That's what's up. All right. So I took the video. A week later, they were at the Fillmore. I went backstage. I'm like, Camila, I don't know if you remember me. She goes, of course I remember you. I go, all right, well, here, I promised you I had the video, and I showed it to her.
Yeah.
And she watched it, and she was like, oh, see, Austin Mahone, he's so nice. I go, okay, can you say that on camera? Because people have been sending me death threats over this Mahomie Harmonizer beef. And she cleared it up, and then all of a sudden, everybody was one big happy family again.
That's nice.
It was great. So that was like a memorable interview because I kind of helped bring people together.
Right.